Hey everyone, it's Matt here, and on today's episode of Tutorial Level, we're going to be answering the question on whether or not a US Nintendo DS is region locked when trying to play Japanese GBA games. Now, if you're not familiar with what the term region locking means, that just means that your console or handheld can't play games that are not from its own region. So US DS not being able to play either European or Japanese games, or mix and match any other region's DS with another region's games. Or in this case, of course, we're talking about GBA games. So the game that we're actually going to be using today is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney 3, also known as Gyakuten Saibon 3 in Japan. Now, yes, by the way, this game was also released initially on the GBA console or handheld, and then it was eventually ported to the DS. I enjoy the DS ports myself, but these do exist, and if you're wondering why this game in particular, it's because it's the only Japanese GBA game I own. So that's the one that we're going to be using. Now, turning the system on, you can actually see that this is my original DS from back in the day that I got the first year that the DS came out. So this is from the mid 2000s. It's definitely going through the ringer. And we're going to take the game, by the way, and pop it in down here. And if I remember correctly, back in the day, the game would just pop up on the bottom if you just popped it in, be it DS or even GBA. That doesn't happen now, because again, this thing has gone to the ringer, a lot of wear and tear. So I'm going to turn the console off, then turn the handheld, keep on mixing it up, on again, and then you can see here that it does show at the bottom that there is a GBA game in the slot. So let's actually start it up, and as you can see, the game does work. So thankfully, it is not region locked, but there is something that I definitely have to bring up before we move on. So please note that even though this game is playable, it's still going to be in Japanese. There is no hidden English mode or something like that within the game itself. So if you're not playing a fan translation, you're playing an original Japanese game, make sure that if you don't know the language, like I don't, and you don't read the language like I don't, that you're not getting a particularly text-heavy game, because there is no such thing as on-the-fly patching like you might find on something like the Retron 5 with an original Nintendo DS, so, or any of the DSs that I've seen. So in this case, it is going to be in Japanese. I would highly suggest getting less text-heavy games, or potentially just getting a flash cart if there's an English ROM or something like that, English patch or something like that, then just patching it yourself, find a way to rip the game yourself, and then just playing that in English with a flash cart on a Nintendo DS, which is something that you can do. But if you're trying to play some games from other regions, from languages that you don't understand on your US DS, specifically GBA, we clearly can, but they're still going to be in that language. So again, make sure you know that before buying some games online and then finding out that you don't know what in the hell's going on. So either way though, it does work, which is pretty cool. So thankfully we can see right here that the DS, the original fat DS, is not region locked when it comes to GBA games. So play all the cool Japanese GBA games that you have in your collection, they're just gonna stay in Japanese. So either way though, thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, please remember to like and subscribe. And if you don't like the video, as always, you can still like and subscribe either way. You can hate watch, I won't judge you. But either way though, thank you all so much for watching. Love you all, take care, and tune in next time. So, I'll see ya.